Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Screwis. In this video I'm going to share what was the process of getting into BITS Pilani Dubai campus. On October I've started my research for different universities, and then on November I've came to know about BITS Dubai from two YouTube channels. One is Vedantu and the other one is It's Rahul. And when it comes to eligibility criteria for getting into BITS Dubai, you do not have to write any entrance test. Your admission is done based upon your 12th score. So the minimum score you have to have in your 12th is 60%, and you have to even have a minimum aggregate of 60% in maths, physics and chemistry or any other technical occasional subject, and you need to score 50% in each subject. And if you take PBISC test and score well, you get two things. One is a scholarship and the other thing is that you get a provisional admission. And on March 19th I filled my application, and on the same day itself I've registered for PBISC and I've booked my slot for 29th March. On March 20th I've done payment for the application and I've applied, and the application fee was like some 220 dirhams. And on March 29th, I had my first attempt of PBISC exam. On the same evening, my score got displayed. I got some 87%. PBISC is mostly based upon NCERT syllabus. And then on April 9th, I've got my provisional admission offer, in which they have mentioned all the list of required documents to be submitted during the time of admission. So in order to convert this provisional admission offer letter to final admission offer letter, you were supposed to pay some 3.9 lakhs INR and upload your 12th mark sheet, the digital version of it. But April 9th was like too early for me to decide anything. I've contacted my BITS assigned counselor, and she's like, you can pay after you get your 12th result. And then on April 20th I thought, like, let me give a second attempt for PBISC. So I've booked a slot for the next day itself, which is 21st April. So I've given my exam, got my score the next day morning, and I've got some 93.7% this time. And on May 2nd I've uploaded my 12th mark sheet in the portal, and on May 13th I've got my final admission offer letter. And on June 3rd or so I got the details on my scholarship, and I got 50% scholarship on my first year tuition fee, which is like 50% on my first semester and 50% on my second semester, and 25% each year on my hostel fee. As I've said, in the provisional admission offer letter they have mentioned all the list of documents which are required, in which one thing we have to get is a medical fitness certificate. So I've searched for BITS medical fitness certificate. I've downloaded it. I've gone to a general physician, got my fitness certificate done, and then later we have done the first payment towards the offer letter, which is some 5.4 lakhs. And then the next day of the payment we have got an admission confirmation mail. In the mail we can find different forms for visa, hostel, insurance and transport. I've taken the printout of the visa form, filled all my details, signed it. I've mailed them back, and I have even filled the Google form for hostel. And I would like to tell you guys that the first payment which you make towards your tuition fee and the hostel fee, you make the full payment. You do not get any concession at the first installment itself. And then we have made the second payment, is around like some 5.1 lakh INR, which totals up to some 10.5 lakh INR and 46,360 dirhams. And then later, after a few days, I got my visa, which took some 20 days after I submitted all my documents. And when it comes to hostel, this year's BPDC intake is like so much. From what I've heard from seniors, they are like, this year's freshers count is more than students of second, third, and fourth year combined. Because of which, they had to like take two off-campus hostels. One is Study World, which is like 500 meters away from BITS, and the other one is IMT, which I am residing in, which is like 1.2 kilometers away. But we do have a shuttle service at Study World. We get double occupancy rooms, and in IMT we get both single and double occupancy rooms. And then I've got a clarity on my hostel, and then we have traveled to Dubai, and on 26th we had orientation, and then on 27th we had orientation students, and on 28th we had orientation regarding clubs, like we had club registration, and on 29th we had done our course registration. And from the September 1st our classes are begin and it's continuing.